and you hit the thing, and you hope it works. You never know. So you go live. Yes, indeed. There we go. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. That's right, Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today, oh boy, do we have a show for you great people today. Yes, including very early here, Jiminy Cricket. Good to see Jiminy here. Let's see, can barely wait. Yes, indeed. Got the bear puns out already. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I wonder what bear has brewed for us today. Boy, oh boy, I got. It's on the tip of everyone's lips out there. I mean, everyone's talking about it. Let's go ahead, get right on into it, because you got to know what Bear thinks about the Johnny Depp, Amber, what's her face? Is it a divorce trial? I don't even know. I get online earlier today to get everything set up and everything, and there's like 3 different streams there for Amber, what's her face, and Johnny Depp, and it's like, who cares? I don't care. I hope if there's any way that they can both lose, Bear would appreciate that if they could just both lose and go away. Just go away now, as the drinker would say. So I can't offer any comment on that. Apparently somebody pooped the bed. I don't know. Look, even bears go out. We go out into the woods. You don't poop where you sleep. Come on, people. Come on, man. As the 46th quote unquote president would say there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everybody else talking about it, and Bear could completely care less about Amber, Mrs. Depp, and Johnny Depp. Bear actually remembers back. You know, everybody is on like Johnny Depp's side for some reason. I don't know why. Is it against the feminism angle there or so? I don't know. I don't care. Bear remembers. Bear is old enough to remember that, what was it, maybe about 3 years ago or so, that Johnny Depp was calling for the assassination of President Trump there. That's right, YouTube. I said it. Not a whole lot of love, but look, Johnny Depp, I mean, hasn't been relevant in like 20 years, so, I think the last good one that he was in was, what was that Polanski film with the book that was written by the devil or something like that. That was a really interesting book, not saying anything about Polanski, please. And that was a good book, or a good movie. It was like 20 years ago. I don't know if he's, and let's see, what did he do? He played it, a Tonto, like, in what was it, The Lone Ranger? He's not even Indian. Completely miscast in that one, so, I don't, sorry people, Beer doesn't care. Beer doesn't care. Let's see. There we go. Good to see P Money here. Good to see P. He has not banned Jimmy Cricket just yet. So there we go. I was actually kind of surprised. I was a little bit nervous that P Money might not show up for this one, since we had the old sports ball here thing talking about Champa Bay. Yes, indeed. So actually, they got to go to the White House the other day. So that was quite interesting. The president got confused with the commissioner of the NHL, thought it was Batman. It wasn't Batman. His name's Bateman, but he can go by Batman if he wants. That was kind of interesting. That was kind of funny. Anyways, not commenting on any of that sort of stuff. Just thought that was a very interesting collection. I'm glad that P Money was going to be here and not sulking with the continual loss with Toronto up there. So we will see. We will see soon enough. We will see. Let's see. Hey, you got a picture of the Stanley Cup. There we go. Fun fact: my great uncle is Lord Stanley. Really, P Money. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. I gotta give a thumbs up. Even though we tease people. It reminds Bear of the old joke. God is out there one day and is up there in heaven. An angel comes by and says, "God, what are you doing?" He says, "Yeah, I'm making Canadians." He says, "Oh," the angel says, "Oh, that's nice. They're such nice people. The Canadians are such nice people." God says, "Hold on, let me drop a hockey puck, and you'll see what goes on after that." So there you go. You're supposed to laugh, people. That's a golden Canadian joke out there. Yes, indeed. Ban me and I'll get Elon Musk to buy Canada. Bear has a comment on that, but we'll save that. Everybody else kind of talks about that, and they've got their own little opinion. Bear here just bides his time and waits, usually the traditional 48 hours between a news event coming out before completely commenting in a authoritative way there. So there we go. Jiminy Cricket, if P-Money says, if Elon gets rid of our prime minister, he can buy all he wants. That's good. All right, let's. Gosh darn it, people! I tell you what, I get turned around here. Enough of this gibber and jabber. We actually have, in addition to the Amber Heard stuff, Amber, that's right, that's her name, Amber Heard. In addition to that, in addition to the Champa Bay, in addition to all the talk that we have here about Elon Musk, there is actually other news out there. There is, and we're going to bring it to you live here because that's what you come here for. So we'll go ahead and start off with our good friends here. We don't normally do Fox News that much, but there we go. We got Fox News here. ML Colton, as it were, Arizona diversity leaders slammed. They slammed the diversity leaders for falsely accusing a black DJ of wearing blackface. That's got to be pretty hard. And the DJ responded to the accusations in a Facebook Live. There we go. there is the offending DJ. I'll let you pick out which one it might be there. Which one it could be there. There we go. All right, it goes on. It says, let's see here. Two Arizona diversity and education advocates falsely accused a black man who was hired as a DJ at a school fundraiser of wearing blackface. They thought, quote, they thought that the DJ there, or the person there, was in blackface. And the person that they thought was in blackface was me. Dun, dun, dun. Said DJ Kim Koto Hunter, said in a Facebook Live video on April 12th. The PTA at Hopi Elementary School. By the way, I would assume that would be the Hopi tribe of Indians there. So that's, I believe that is the white man settling on the Indian. We all have reservations about that, but there we go. In Scottsdale, the Unified School District hired Hunter to perform at a fundraiser to benefit the school on April 9th, so earlier this month. Bears had this story for a little bit. The event, Hopi Night Fever, oh good lord, pulled in $300,000 for, quote, essential programs and services. I wonder which those could be. I wonder what that could be. Probably to put on more DJ shows, I would imagine there. So we'll let you figure out which one is the falsely accused DJ there. But the two diversity advocates who volunteered for committees connected to the Scottsdale Unified School District, Stuart Rodan and Jill Lassen, completely, they sound like a bunch of white breads out there, accused Hunter of wearing blackface after seeing him at the disco-themed event, according to the Arizona Daily Independent. So there we go. There is the picture, the offending picture there. I don't know how you could... Don't know how you could have. I have no idea. Lawson, whatever, who cares? A self-described, quote, ardent community volunteer, activist, and ally. Oh, good, you're an ally of the LGBTQ plus community who co-chairs rather, the Scottsdale Parents Council of Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity, or DIE. A committee sent an email to the PTA accusing them of promoting racism, according to the Arizona Daily Independent. Megan, living good? Are you living good, Megan? That's the question that we have. The head of the Hopi PTA responded to the message that Hunter is in fact a black man. Quote, the DJ that the Hopi PTA hired was in fact a black man. Living Good wrote, according to the correspondence. Quote, it is insulting. It is insulting that you feel myself or the PTA condone racist behavior or encourage it. by posting on social media. Lezen apologized following the PTA's chief emails. Quote, "You are right. We should have reached out and inquired before making accusations, or you could have just looked at the guy. I cannot fathom. Fathom? Fathom. We'll go with it. The hurt, anger, and frustration you felt after you and others volunteered countless hours on your event. Again, I truly, we'll put that in quotations marks there, truly apologize," she wrote, according to the correspondence. So there is the Hopi Elementary School, taken from native lands, as it were. Hunter explained on his Facebook Live that the organizer of the event called a person he works with to inquire whether he is black. Well, I mean, he didn't. They could have asked him to, rap or, I don't know, what his credit score was or something like that. For crying out loud. Roden, an instructor at Arizona State University who has worked with the Scottsdale School District's Equity, Inclusion, and Diversity committee, also issued an apology to Hunter after he questions the PTA's acceptance of blackface. Let's see, in a Facebook post reviewed by Fox News Digital, Roden apologized but also showed a side-by-side photo of Hunter and argued, just keep digging that hole deeper, argued that he appeared darkened in his face. Quote, "Let me be clear, a black man, quote, apparently in blackface is an entirely different discussion than a white person," asked the former governor of Virginia. However, I did not state that the person was white. Come on, people. It was assumed that was my intent. And perhaps it was. It was. But nonetheless, looking at his Facebook page of photos below, it seems, at the very least, he is in darker makeup, if not blackface. Or am I completely mistaken, and it's the lighting of the patio? No, it is the lighting of your racist eyes there. Quote, "I apologize to dude." To dude? What? To dude? Oh man. I apologize to dude for the implication, but the sentiment still stands. Blackface, by anyone in this day and age, is problematic unless your face is actually black. I apologize to the folks out there who reposted and made other statements based on my racist assumption, he continued. They do not speak for the district. Let's see. A Scottsdale Unified School District told Fox News Digital that neither Lawson nor Roden are employees of the Scottsdale Unified School District. We got nothing to do with those racist people. They do not speak for the district nor representatives and parents. They previously volunteered to participate in district committees, and now they will be completely canceled. Completely canceled. There we go. So there is, was I not black enough? How black do I got to be for people to know that I'm actually a black person? DJ Kim Koto Hunter there. So, I don't know. Let's compare and contrast here for just a quick second. So, I don't know. I don't know. The lighting, maybe. I mean, nah. Nah, you use racist, yo. A petition now circulating to remove Lawson and Roden from the Scottsdale Parent Council and do away with the Equity, Inclusion, and Diversity committees. Well, beer will back that. The division being caused is quite disturbing in a time when unity is imperative and desperately sought after. Anything other than removal of these members will be seen as tacitly complicit by anyone who is paying attention. Yes, indeed. Completely. I agree that the Equity, Diversion, and Inclusion Committee is completely wrong and disturbing as well. The SPC is intent on finding racism. Why are you finding racism? Why are you going out and doing that? They will go so far as to accuse members of one of the committees that they claim to advocate for reprehensible behavior. The SPC involves every Scottsdale Unified School District for dues each year, and then uses these funds to attack community members, especially if you're DJing. Lawson and Roden did not immediately respond for request to comment. Probably because they're still trying to figure out whether or not if that might be blackface or not. He's shopping at Fellas. Come on, people. Or is it Fallas? We'll call it Fellas. How about that? He's shopping at Fellas, people. Of course. Of course. Come on, man. Come on, man. I still say. I mean, I don't know how you would. I don't know how you. The only thing fake in there is that fake handlebar mustache on that other guy. Yes, indeed. And some terrible clothing options there as well. I tell you what. One of Bear's favorite headlines here. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. Let's see what. Oh my goodness. The chat just explodes here. It wasn't me, Barry. It wasn't me the whole time, says Grammy Cricket. The funny thing was, everyone there was black. The rest were just in whiteface. I only get upset if human wears a bear costume and dons a bear face, says P Money. All right. Well, we continue. We continue on that same vein because actually we were talking about just the other week about let's see, what was it? What do they call that now? Warner Brothers Disney, or excuse me, Warner Brothers Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery rather. They bought Warner Brothers, and of course, they're shutting down CNN Plus. So they bought a number of that stuff, and they're shutting down a number of things. So this comes to us from the good folks over there at Bounding Into Comics. Let's see, John F. Trent here. Let's see, the CEO chops down, TNT and TBS after shutting down CNN Plus. There we go. I don't know of any of these shows here on any of this stuff. So any of these shows that are going is not, it doesn't matter to Beer, I tell you what. Let's see, a new report claims that the new CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, not Disney, is stopping scripted programming for TNT and TBS, shortly after shutting down CNN Plus. Oh, good job. We'll call it CNN minus from now on. As part of his plan to find $3 billion in cost savings. Just look under the couch. It's got to be between those cushions there. Let's see. Following the CEO and Warner Brothers Discovery's first earning call for the first quarter of 2022, where the CEO stated, "We have no religion." Oh my goodness. About any one platform or window versus another, and we intend to approach each and every decision through a lens of enhancing asset value against a set of financial returns. A bunch of gobbledygook. I tell you what. He bluntly stated, "Our goal is to maximize long-term shareholder value and asset value, not just subs." Very cool. We will not, by the way, Netflix, I tell you what, we did do a nosedive. They lost, they were expected to bring in 2 million subscribers. They lost what was it, 250,000 or something like that. It was completely in the wrong direction. So basically what he's saying here is, we're not putting stuff up just to have subscribers, the normal monthly count of subscribers. They actually want people not just to subscribe, but to stay with the service there. We will not overspend to drive subscriber growth. Our focus is to invest in content and platforms that extend the life and return of our global IP, and position us to drive greater returns out of each dollar of content spent than our peers. Disney, cough cough, and to ultimately drive free cash flow rather. So there you go. Yeah, once again, we were actually talking the other day about Disney. Is Disney a movie company? Is Disney a theme park company? No, they're an IP farm. They're an IP farm. So same thing here with I keep calling them the wrong thing. Warner Brothers Discovery. That is a mouthful. I think one of the first things they need to do is just kind of come up with a different name. That's kind of a mouthful. Let's see. And we will refine our capital allocations and content windows decisions accordingly, he added. So there we go. A show called Animal Kingdom. Why is Bear not on Animal Kingdom? Well, because it's probably being canceled. Maybe that's a good thing. Following the earnings call of Variety's Jennifer Mass and Joe Otterson reported that the CEO at Warner Media are shutting down TNT and TBS's scripted programming. The report claims the Warner Media-run cable channel is no longer developing new scripted content. Three sources close to the matter tell Variety. It further notes that one source informed them that Warner Brothers Discovery is not only pausing subscripted content, but also evaluating True TV and the strategy employed by Brett Whites across 3 channels. There you go. There you go. It's the Snowpiercer. I think they met. Snowpiercer. I think that's one of their shows. Unfortunately, Jennifer Connelly. Why? Why would you get a breast reduction, for crying out loud? That's totally off comment there. TNT's scripted content includes, Snowpiercer, Animal Kingdom, which Bear is completely not part of for some reason. The Alienist and Claws, another show that Bear could be a part of. Animal Kingdom is ending after its 6th season. I've never even heard of it. In June, while Warner Media announced in March that Snowpiercer just began production on its 4th season. Holy cow. I didn't even know it had one. With Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actor Clark Gregg joining the cast. How long can they go with a train? Like would they run out of coal or something like? Never saw the movie or anything like that, but had something to do with a train. The train's got to keep moving to stay away from, I don't know, the snow. They got to pierce it. I don't know. It was a stupid allegory about class warfare. Claws concluded its 4th season. Who knew? Who even knew that it had one? They didn't invite Bear. I think that's why it's being canceled. In posting the channel's worst viewership ratings. Well, that's why. Of 437,000 per episode. Man, that actually is a lot better than CNN. The Alienist, apparently having to do with aliens, I suppose, concluded its 2nd season way back in 2020. And there's been no announcement whether apparently it won't be renewed for a 3rd season, and it will be shelved. The show posted a channel high of 1 million average viewers. Wow, that's really pulling them in there. Really pulling them in there. As for TBS, its scripted offerings currently include Miracle Workers, never heard of it. Chad? American Dad, oh please keep that. And The Last OG. Miracle Workers. Oh man, see they screwed this up. Okay. Chad, American Dad, and The Last OG is, I'm assuming, the one. And then they needed to add another period here, because Miracle Workers, Chad, and American Dad, thank goodness, all had their shows recently renewed. Yes, indeed. American Dad. Bear will give the thumbs up there on American Dad. Although they put it on TNT and Bear can barely find it. The last time, okay, pardon me, a side rant here for just a second. So they took it from Fox and brought it over to TBS. They brought it over to TBS. Like, for whatever reason, they were having seasons, and like they decided to either divide the season or something. Like, anyway, so Bear goes on to Apple to do the, hey, let me buy the season there. Well, it only downloaded half of the season. Oh my goodness, so Bear's getting in touch with the Apple engine. It goes all the way up to Apple engineering somewhere, and there's like, oh yeah, well, you bought it on your phone, but you're watching it on your computer with the Apple TV, and those are two totally different apps. So like one of them had all the episodes and the other one didn't. It was so strange. That was so strange. So Bear hasn't watched American Dad in quite a while. I apologize for the long rant there. Let's see. No announcement is made for The Last OG. Nobody's heard of it. Which posted the channel's worst viewership for season 7 with only 500,000 per episode. That's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. You know what's pretty terrible? Let me just on another side rant here. What is it with the lighting? It's all just very bland. Let me just go back. Oh, well, that's outside. Very bland, just very, what Bear would kind of call the sort of Apple TV lighting. Oh, that's a little bit more stylized, but, it just all looks bland. They all look bland. Bland. That's a terrible shot. No wonder the Alienist had, terrible ratings. Look at that terrible shot right there. It's gray on gray on gray on gray. Terrible. And no contrast whatsoever. There should be some shadows or anyways, Beer gets just distracted here. And this report regarding TNT and TBS comes less than a week after CNN announced it's shutting down its streaming service actually it's shutting down, I think tomorrow, if Bear's not mistaken. I tell you what, if you got that lifetime subscription, you were screwed. Just a month after it launched on March 29th. Let's see, CNN's Oliver Darcy, oh, what a terrific fellow there, and Brian Stelter reported the decision was made by new management after CNN's parent company founder Warner Media merged with Discovery to form Warner Brothers Discovery earlier this month. The prior management's that's hard to do. The prior management's it's hard to talk like Brian Stelter. The prior management's team vision for CNN Plus runs counter completely the opposite way. Basically, they were burning money. To Warner Brothers Discovery CEO plans to house all the company's brands under one streaming service. Oh boy, oh boy. They continue. Discover streaming boss J.B. Perret stated, in a complex streaming market, consumers want simplicity and all-in service which provides a better experience and more value than standalone offerings. And, for the company, a more sustainable business model to drive our future investments in great in great quote-unquote journalism and storytelling. We have very exciting opportunities ahead. No, you don't. In the streaming pile of poop of CNN, one of the world's premier reputational assets. We're playing an important role there, he added. Yes, indeed. No, he does. Another terrible. This is a terrible shot. I apologize. I'm going off on a rant here. A terrible shot. Look, you can still see the grain in the background there. They needed some. It's too dark in the background, so they need to either brighten it up or just make it all in chateaus and make him the primary. This is just terrible. No wonder they have terrible ratings. It's unclear what might be next on the chopping block for the CEO and his leadership team. Former DC Comics artist, holy cow, Shane Davis. Shane Davis claimed that the publication's days are numbered back in March after they were booted from Warner Media's office in Burbank, California. He said, here's the real question you'll have to ask yourself, especially if you're Discovery and you're the brand spanking new owners of DC Comics and Warner Brothers and everything Warner Brothers owns. What good is DC Comics as a whole if the only thing they're selling, the only thing anyone cares about is Batman? Bear would slightly disagree with that just a little bit. We went a couple shows back and talked about basically what's underneath the new Warner Brothers Discovery umbrella, as it were, all the sort of assets that they own. Gosh, how long did we take, P-Money? I mean, it was 20 minutes talking about all that stuff before we actually finally got to, and if Bear remembers correctly, it was DC Entertainment. And then there was DC Comics. So DC Comics, they weren't even at the table. They were underneath the table there. So I think that they overestimate. Nothing wrong with Shane here or anything. He knows more about it than Bear does. But just in the corporate sense, I think that it's like... It's like asking how the bubblegum vending machine is doing at the supermarket. Sure, it's nice to have bubblegum and people come and get bubblegum, but it's probably, down on the list, probably, 99 out of 100 items, you're at number 99, how much the bubblegum machine is doing there. So I think it's just such a low rate there that, it probably doesn't even register there. So, anyways, it goes on. Shane goes on. The comic book industry is still running a model that doesn't really work anymore. And that would be monthly comics. It could work. Nobody's saying the model itself is wrong. It's just that it's not working correctly. Gee, I wonder why. And it's not working correctly year in and year out, and there's fatigue, there's lack of competence. The one thing that I would, Bear would say here, if we're talking about basically an IP factory here, the best way that it could work is if you're creating either a sort of not gay Superman here, but a sort of derivative maybe of Superman, sort of a different take on it or something, or just come up with something brand new. You could try basically your DC Comics as your lab, where you can try different stuff out, see what works, see what didn't work as far as a storyline or characters, and then you can bring that to either DC Entertainment or just the larger Marvel universe there. Marvel, listen to me. Warner Brothers universe there, that could be made into a movie or something like that. So in other words, you're testing out your product first, especially amongst the hardcore fans that you hope to show up on opening night there if you're making a movie. Test that out first and see how that works, and then go do that. The way Bear would do, if Bear was in charge of this, I would say maybe do alternated around. So maybe do like a Superman 1 month, Batman the next month, I don't know, whatever. Wonder Woman the third, have a couple different ones. So maybe sort of on the ComicsGate model, although not as long, Ethan, not as long. So maybe have a maybe 3 comics a year or something like that if you're Superman, Batman, whatever. So maybe you're not doing it every single month where you have to serialize it, but it comes out in a relative steady pattern there where you can get a great story, you can get involved in it, and then when it's over, oh, well, I'm done with Superman, let's check out Batman, or let's check out the next one, the next month, or something like that. So I would say that, of course, getting rid of all the woke people, that would be number one. Just go in there with a flamethrower, flame throw it all out, and throw the rest into the Bitcoin volcano. There we go. So this would be one reason why that a lot of people don't check that out. Oh, what do you make of this report? They're cutting scripted programming. Oh, what do you think will be next for big changes at DC Comics? Probably. Again, it's probably low on the totem pole. So, in our example, the CEO is going through the supermarket and, is more worried about the meat section or the, why are all the vegetables rotting or something like that. We'll get to the stale bubblegum in a little bit, but we've got some bigger priorities. So I don't think there's going to be anything changing right away or anything like that. But maybe we'll see. We'll see once they kind of more fully take charge there. More fully take charge. Let's see. Did I give that to... Yes, John F. Trent. Yes, indeed. I have no idea what show that is. No idea. Maybe Claws. Maybe she's looking for claws. You never know. You never know. All right, let me take a drink here. There we go. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I've gotten way behind on the chat here. Let's see. Jennifer Connelly's breast reduction is never off topic. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Didn't realize if Bear was on that series, they would have me as a regular viewer. Well, Bear is not on there. Good to see Jeff. I'm sorry, Jeff. Been neglecting the chat here for just a minute. Good to have it. By the way, Jeff has I'm sorry, Jeff, I don't have it right in front of me here, but Jeff does have a book out. I think he was doing some sort of audiobook or something like that. So, Jeff, if you want, leave that in the chat here, and we'll let people check that out. Let's see. I didn't even read it. Let's see. 2 more reviews came in. I'm assuming for his book, a 4-star review and a 5-star review. There you go. American Dad is not bad, says Jimmy Cricket. Not nearly as funny as Family. Oh my goodness. Those are fighting words, Jimmy. Those are fighting words, sir. I would say Family Guy for the first up until when they first got canceled. What was that? The first 4 seasons, 5 seasons, something like that, were excellent. Those were one of the greatest, up there with some of the early Simpsons. I mean, just some great stuff. What happened was they canceled Family Guy, so they went and did American Dad. It was a lot of the same people that did the very early Family Guy went over and did the American Dad. Well, then they brought back, for whatever reason, Family Guy, and it was okay. I don't know. It lost a lot of its flavor. I think a lot of the writers went over to American Dad and just made that really funny. It's getting a little bit long in the tooth. I haven't seen a number of the seasons previous, but it's still good. It's still good stuff. Family Guy, Gosh, I watched one. Gosh, I think it was either this year or maybe last year where they did a show and it was like a noir, a detective type show or something like that. I thought that was pretty good. It was on a lark. I just happened to like, oh, let's see what Family Guy's talking about. That was really good. Some of the other stuff, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while. It may have turned around. I don't know. Still like American Dad. Although they put it on TBS, nobody can find it for crying out loud. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Revenant in the Tomb. Thank you. NP Money's got. I tell you what, I'm behind on the chat here. I'm behind on the chat. Let's see. P Money says I can't. I can almost imagine DC Comics kneeling at the table begging for scraps. Yes, indeed. You're talking about that Timothy Lynn model. Oh, there we go. Yes, indeed. I thought that what was the name of it? Was something Space Force, right? Like Trump Space Force. I thought that was an okay book. It was fine. A little bit propaganda and stuff like that. If you were really into Trump, it was great. If you weren't, you probably weren't gonna check it out or anything like that. It was good. It was fine. I just never really checked out any of the more. He does the one with the rabbits, right? It's what was it, Bunny Hop or something like that, where they're like some sort of Navy SEALs or something like that with a rabbit. It looked interesting. It's just not, of course, the whole anti-ComicsGate stuff, yada yada. Not getting into that, but Tim Lim's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see, or even the Nasser Rabadi model. Yes, indeed. Hashtag kick Nasser. I'm kidding, Jimmy. Let's see. Jeff Potts says thanks. All right, let's get into because it's all at the top of our after we talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Depp or whatever the hell their name is. The next thing that is at the top of everybody's list is Avatar 2. Everybody, oh my God! Doesn't everybody remember Avatar? No, nobody remembers that. Okay, all right. No. Anyways, there's Avatar 2 coming out, and apparently it's coming out this year. Go figure. And it gets a title. Wow! In a 3D teaser trailer. 15 years after 3D went out of fashion. At least. Oh my God. Well, I don't know. Whenever Avatar came out, and I mean, it was hot for like a minute or something like that, and then everybody started to get migraines. And the whole 3D TV thing kind of went by the wayside. But anyways, it gets a trailer shown at CinemaCon. Yes, indeed. By the way, Deadline and Nancy, I can't pronounce your last name, and Anthony Alessandro. Yes, indeed. After many months, nay, years of suspense, I can't believe it, Disney on Wednesday unveiled the first trailer for James Cameron's Avatar sequel. Didn't they kill everybody in the first one? Also giving the movie an official title now known as, say it with me people, Avatar. The Way of the Water. Usually downhill. Usually goes downhill. That's the way the water goes. The 20th Century Studios sci-fi adventure released overseas starting December 14th. It's coming up, people. It heads to North America. Why are we getting it last? I tell you what. A producer, John Lindell, came from New Zealand to make the Disney presentation at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. One of the strengths of Jim Cameron's, he's on a first-name basis there. Jim Cameron's scripts is that they're always universal and relatable themes that he weaves into them. Yes, indeed. And the center of each 4 sequels will be the Sully family. They have a family now? Oh my goodness. Each story will be standalone and each will come to its own conclusion. Let's see. There will be a, quote, fulfilling resolution to each film. How many are there? Holy cow, there's 4 of them? Oh boy. But when looked at a whole, the journey across all 4 will create a larger epic saga. Oh. The journey across all 4 movies will create a connected... Didn't you just say that? To achieve our goals, we need strong partnership with you and the studio. An end-to-end community. Well, that and also the people, going to watch it and paying money for it. But, a bunch of suckers. Cameron beamed in from Wellington, New Jersey, where he's shooting. I'm assuming I'm assuming film and not people. Let's see, expressing sympathy for exhibition about the industry's hardship during the pandemic. Ah, yes. He told the exhibition, I just want you to hear from me. John and I are here, they're on a first name basis, are here to work with you. He said the best way is to deliver content that is a must-see experience at the cinema. I don't know, is Avatar a must-see? I don't know. I never saw it in the cinema. Thankfully, because watching it at home, I mean, I can tell you what, I mean, about halfway through, you could step up, go make a sandwich or something like that, come back, you wouldn't have missed. The final battle was like 30 minutes long. Oh man, that took forever. They should have just ended it there. They didn't need the guy with the robot suit and, what was it? The blue guy there, they were fighting back and forth, and Sigourney Weaver shows up for whatever reason. I don't know. Whatever. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. I don't even know if people remember Avatar. The Oscar-winning filmmaker said that he was, quote, hard at work putting the final touches on the film. He adds the new films are, quote, pushing the limits even farther with high frame rate. Oh no, really? Okay, there was, what was it? I think it was one of the Hobbit films. What is it with New Zealand and high frame rate? One of the Hobbit films, I think that they did high frame rate and people, they thought it was, it brought them out of the experience. It sort of, it didn't look, it looked hyper real for people. People are used to these sorts of 24 frames a second. I think they got it up to, I forget if it's either 60 or 120 frames a second. It made people kind of a little bit nauseous. And then you're going to throw 3D in there. Holy cow, that's not going to be a higher resolution 3D. And greater reality in our visual effects. Well, there you go. Higher frame rate, terrible idea. High resolution 3D. If they can find a way to do it without the stupid glasses, maybe. And greater reality on our visual effects, I don't doubt that. I wanted our return to, Pandora, I forget the name of it, to be something really special. Yes, indeed. Every shot is designed for the biggest screen, highest resolution, and most immersive 3D available. I think we pulled it off, said Jim Cameron. The trailer will run exclusively in cinemas, with the Doctor Strange movie coming out next week, beginning May 4th. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me, people. May 4th internationally, so good old P Money gets to see it before we do. And May 6th here in the good old U.S. Now, let's see. The Avatar 2 trailer will then go online a week later, so we don't even know what it looks like. The logline on the movie, Jake Sully lives with his newfound family. Formed on the planet of Pandora, once a familiar threat returns to finish... It was probably, what's-his-face there? To return what was previously started. Jack must work with his, I'm assuming, wife, Natiri Zoe Salinda. By the way, let's see, somebody was talking about, what's her name? Tessa Thompson. I would put Zoe Salinda up there in the you only have one expression type actresses. A very I'm completely bored at all of this expression. Zoe Salinda, a terrible actress. I don't know why people keep putting her into stuff. Just terrible. In the army of the Navi race to protect their planet. Let's see. Oh, what's in the trailer? As Cameron always promised, Avatar 2 will take place in and around the oceans. Oh boy. Sully and Natiri, whatever, have children. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know about that. Wherever he goes, says Sully, I know one thing. This family of ours is our fortress. Oh my goodness, this is going to suck. The sequel looks even more jaw-dropping in its deep blue visuals than the 2009. Holy cow, it's been a minute. The all-new creatures. Let's see, we see the Navi flying fish bird creature. What the hell? Hold on. We see the Navi on flying fish bird creatures. I have no idea. A bear can get by with fish. He can get by with flying fish. He can get by with birds. Flying fish bird creatures. I don't know. Communicating with a whale? And yet somehow divided despite their affinity with nature. I don't know. I don't know. The alien people are split battling against each other in a guns versus arrows fight. I wonder who's going to win in that one. It's a truly whole new world. No, it's not. It's the same one. Upping the stakes of the previous 3 times. How did that win 3? Time Oscar winning. Slap me, Will Smith. How did that happen? Winning in 2009. It was also revealed that Disney will re-release the original Avatar on September 23rd around the globe. Oh boy, with remastered audio and sound. Man, oh man, I tell you what, that was the one thing. I says, there's some good visuals, but the audio and the sound are just crap. So I'm glad they're finally doing that. The film is the highest grossing movie of all time worldwide at $2.8 billion. Reigning that title after overtaking Avengers Endgame during the pandemic. There we go. So it stars all these people. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Sigourney Weaver's coming back? What? Did she die? Who cares? Whatever. Maybe she's one of the whales or the fish bird people. Flying fish bird creatures. I don't know. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? Come on. Come on, man. Anyways, from our friends at Deadline over there. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. I'll tell you what. The chat. Let's see. Jimmy Cricket, are you going on Mike's show tonight? I don't even know if he's doing a show tonight. Let's see. Avatar Stunk is a 2-hour video game cutscene. There you go. Let's see. Jeff Cott says maybe. Let's see. So that's a yes. Great. Avatar's still a thing? I guess so. Zoe Selena keeps getting work because she's hot, black, but not too black. I don't know. She's attractive, but I mean, kind of like what's the one girl that was on the Walking Dead show and now she's on the Star Trek show? Tessa Thompson, Zoe. I mean, all attractive. I'm not saying they're not attractive or anything like that, but like Doomcock says, like a plank of wood, like just a plank of wood. It's just there's nothing there. There's dead behind the eyes. Dead behind the eyes. Let's see. Well, the key word there is hot. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. That is the key word. Anything? I mean, hey, if they were there just as eye candy and didn't say anything, that's fine. But no, you make her Uhura. I mean, come on, man. There's plenty of very attractive ladies of ebony out there that wouldn't be included with blackface out there that can do a much better job. Much better job, I tell you what. All right, let's see. Yes, there are a lot of hot girls that don't get put into films. This is a tragedy. This is a tragedy. There are a bunch of hot ones as well. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Yeah, you could be stuck with a bunch of Amy Schumer clones, or what was the girl? What was the one? The girls show. What was her name? The sort of the troll looking young lady out there. I forget her name. I can't remember her name. All right. Well, you know what, people. You know what? You do come here. Oh, actually, you know what? You do come here for. Let me find it. Because. We do actually have, not very many, but we do actually have some campaign update news for you people here. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. From Aaron Lepresti here, the latest on Wraith. Yes, indeed. There we go. Hey, everyone. Hey, Aaron. You don't have to yell, but thank you. By the way, the sort of bolding, the random bolding just kind of throws me off here. I don't know if I'm supposed to, exclaim that, or I don't know. It's time for a Wraith of God update, Aaron says. And I have nothing but great news. Excellent. I just finished, going over the final proof, and it's being sent to the... I'm not sure what this is. To the designer. If anybody has any ideas, let Bear know. I remember seeing this... I can't remember if it was on Mike Miller's project, or... There was another project. They were talking about the designer, and I'm not sure... I'm guessing maybe that's some sort of interface between the printer and and maybe the artist here. I just don't know what the designer is. To be officially put together for the printer. So it sounds like that. I'm not sure though. It was like reading a real graphic novel. Well, I hope so. And it felt awesome. Yes, indeed. I am incredibly happy with how the story turned out, and I think you will be too. I hope so, Aaron. The files are scheduled to be given to the printer in 1 week. I'll keep you posted. Also, I keep getting asked about the Dale Kiln cover. Oh shoot, I took that off of here. I'm sorry, people. I don't have it on here. I wonder why. So here's a link to get a copy as the add-on to your existing order with only minor shipping charges. Very cool. He says, now I'm off to put together the Ruffs ash can so that can go to the printer on Monday. Thank you for all your continuous support on this exciting project. So there you go. That's awesome. Beer would say, that is awesome. So again, one of the great, I tell you what, awesome Aaron is living up to his name here because he's basically been keeping people up to date. Not only staying up to date with his artwork and everything, but keeping people up to date. Hey, this is what we're doing now. This is where we're at. This is the new artist that we're bringing in. In this case, this is the printer that we're going to, and that sort of stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to remember which number this was, but it was like. Let's see. I don't have it right in front of me here, but he's been completing quite a number of updates here. I want to say like this is like number 45 or something like that. So yeah, really great stuff. Really like how he keeps people up to date. We were talking last time about some of the campaigns out there that not necessarily are keeping people in the loop. At least when it comes to the sort of email stuff here. So it's nice to see Aaron do some of that stuff. We look forward. If it's going to the printer on Monday, the ash cans and maybe some of the files. What do you say? The next week? Yeah, 1 week or so. So let's see. That's getting into end of April, early May. So let's see. Probably take. I don't know. Probably wouldn't take a week or anything like that. Let's just call it a week. Ship back to Aaron. I can't remember if he's signing these or not. Let's just figure, maybe about a month or so just to sign everything, package it up, ship it off, all that sort of stuff. So you're probably talking July, maybe very early, or excuse me, June, maybe very early July. There, people starting to get their books there. So there you go, something to look forward to. I think he's doing a really great job on that. Really great job. Now, let's go ahead and compare that to, where is it, Bear? Come on, Bear. Don't do this to me now. Compare it to another one that we haven't seen in quite some time. And a book that is not only late, but hella late. Talking about Oddity. Some of you might know about it. Some of you probably, what the hell, Oddity? What is that? From Indie Dave Comics. Almost there after, what was this, 2018? Like late 2018 or something like that. They're almost there. All the books are printed. We're just waiting on the perks to come in. Then it's down to shipping. The orders were placed, so it's just a matter of time before they arrive. I wish they would have had a picture of that. Some of the books, it would have been nice. It's really the final stretch. We're so close. We hope so. Nobody wants to be finished more than us. Just hang in there a little longer. Thank you all! Exclamation point! Dave. So there you go. Hopefully check it out. I really liked Sween's artwork back when they were showing that. So hopefully they can get their book out and hopefully people will be able to enjoy it. It looks like a good book. Just taking really long time. So there we go. Where are we? Come on, man. There we go. To our champs there. To our champs in Champa Bay. I kind of ran out of time. I was almost thinking about replacing Biden's head with Trump's, just to screw with people just a little bit there. But that's all right. We'll leave. Bear voted for Biden multiple times. Yes, indeed. Got to get rid of that pesky Second Amendment out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let me go back. Oddity, why hasn't that thing come out? Says Jiminy Cricket. I tell you what. I mean, we say in jest about Nasser out there, but you know what? even Nasser delivers his books, so you got to give him credit for that. Gosh, he's probably delivered about what would you say, about 3 books in the time frame that Oddity's been out. So yeah, it needs to come out. We'll check it out. Beer will still have the same impression with Cyberfrog. You know, it could be the greatest book of all time, and he'll still rate Oddity a B plus because yeah, it's late. It's hella late. Again, kind of compare and contrast what Aaron was doing. Even if Aaron was late, I'm sure he would keep people informed. Hey, this is the reason why it's late. This is what we had to go through. This is, how we're gonna fix it. That sort of deal. I just wanted to do a compare and contrast. Also, that was the only 2 that he had. Doing a compare and contrast between the 2 there, and kind of hopefully showing some of the artists out there. Okay, this is the right way to do it, and this is the way that we need to learn from a little bit. So there you go. There you go. It's still, hopefully it'll be a great book. Hopefully a great book. Jimmy Cricket is glad that he didn't waste his money on it. I mean, it's one of those things. It is one of those things. I mean, look, I tell you what, out of all the Beer edited up a number a while back. I forget exactly how many, but out of all the books that little Timmy Timmerson has ordered out there, all the books that Beer's gotten, only a handful I would say have been either haven't really come out on even a reasonable time frame, or just really weren't that great. I would say 95% of the books that Bear's gotten has been good to really good, and including in there are just some really great books. I mean, often you're totally surprised about how some of the books kind of turn out and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say on the ratio, even throwing Oddity in there, even if it never comes out or something like that, it's really small on the list of ComicsGate books that have come out that didn't deliver or just came out really late. Or, it's if that was the only book that you ordered, yeah, you should have a bad taste in your mouth. But if you ordered, 10 books in that time frame, and 1 or 2 didn't either come out or really, 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 really late or something like that, look, I mean, I would say that's kind of par for the course. I wouldn't. I would say those were probably good odds, especially brand new artists, brand new people. You don't know anything about it. Hey, you're trying to help them out. It doesn't turn out. Hey, you know what? I mean, it's the price of a couple coffees or something like that. So it's kind of within the margin of error. Let's see. Jeff Potts says, I backed both a Wraith and Gunship Thunder Punch. I'm very much looking forward to Gunship number 2 here. Let's see. Because you keep putting it in there. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I just puked again. Sorry about that. Let's see. P-Mike says, I'm okay with Oddity is late. Besides, I'm sure Detective Dead, oh boy, and Sovereign are just around the corner. I don't think we're going to see either of those books. Yeah, Sovereign's one of those that Beer's written off here. So, it's one of those things. Hey, you know what? Kind of in the exuberance of very early ComicsGate, there was a number of people. Hey, you know what? Beer never thought that. Hey, you know what? This sort of battle maiden knuckle bomb, manga book. It looks okay. It's all right. Yeah, we'll check out this Kyung Lee fella. Hey, it turned out to be one of the greatest books out there. So you just never know. I mean, sometimes you're gonna get a book that's just way exceeds your expectations. Other times you're gonna get books that's just never gonna get delivered. So hopefully on that margin there, you get more good to great books out there than you do with books that are either bad or just aren't delivered or something like that. I would say on the ratio, even all the ComicsGate books out there, I'd say probably less than 5% are either like Sovereign or something like that, really late or never coming out. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty small number. It's still, all the critics will say that. The critics will go straight for Detective Dead. They'll go straight for Sovereign. They'll go straight for even Oddity. they'll go straight for cash grab. That's never coming out. They'll go straight for something like that to be able to find something to kind of pin on some of the artists out there in ComicsGate. But I would say a majority, 95% of it, even if they're late, they're probably trying their best. We got to remember, Jiminy Cricket can probably tell us all about it. You got people out there that either maybe they have a second job or, something along the lines. Maybe they're doing something else and this is kind of either their hobby or their side job or something like that. Plus, a lot of times it's their first time out for some of these people. People just aren't. People don't know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur out there, a sort of a self-owned business person out there. Just that in and of itself, forget about any product or anything like that. That just in and of itself is a big deal. So, a lot of people working in the industry kind of coming from that, they've got a lot to learn. A lot of people just starting out kind of very new, gotta drink a little bit differently, but still gotta drink out of that fire hose. So, yeah, I still would say I think it is. Look, even if Oddity is 2.5 years late, something like that, it's still an accomplishment that they put out the book and got it into people's hands. It could be just not a great book at all, but it's still worth that sort of. They went through that process and got it into somebody's hands. I doubt any of the blue-haired weirdos out there on their own, without going to Marvel or DC or anything like that, I doubt that they would be able to put out a book. Even if they did, it would probably be a number of their friends or family members that are buying it, so they're only putting out, 50, maybe 100 books or something like that. So, yeah, the margins would be really, really tiny on that. So, yeah, again, I think even if I'm picking on them a little bit, but even if Oddity comes out and isn't the best, Bear will tell you about it. But at the same time, hey, it's an accomplishment that somebody took it from an idea, found an artist or did it themselves, drew it all out, came up with a story, went to the printer, had it printed, especially with everything that's going on right now. I mean, talk about one of the worst times to go to a print shop right now is a paper shortage. You're able to do all that, figure all that stuff out, get it sent out through the mail, which is, delaying their first class shipping, and get it into people's hands, minus a bear or two out there. That's an accomplishment. I don't think people understand just how big of an accomplishment that is. So, one of the reasons that Bear tries not to be too hard on some of that stuff. But at the same time, hey, you gotta let people know, hey, your book is late. You need to be better. On the second book, it needs to come out quicker. And just kind of give them that kick in the pants. I think kind of, we were talking about Cyberfrog the last time. I think maybe Bianca kind of, either he was joking or maybe took it the wrong way or something like that. Bear's not trying to say cancel Ethan. Not cancel EVS out there, just to be able to say, hey, even though that we support you, don't take that for advantage and don't think that you can do no wrong. You still need to listen to the people out there, and if they got some complaints, listen to that and hopefully act on it. So hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully it'll work out. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. Let's see, why hasn't he placed the orders for the perks years ago when he got the money? Probably because, you know more about this than Bear does, Jimmy, but if Bear had to take a guess, maybe they just didn't have the, I'm not sure what perks that's come with it. It's been so long, but maybe they didn't have, let's say they're going to have a bookmark or a card or something like that, and they had a villain or something like that on there. Maybe they didn't come up with the concept for the villain until kind of later in the process. I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be. I look at it as we've waited 2 years. What's 2 weeks? That sort of deal. Again, it's late. No excuses beyond that. But yeah, again, or maybe when they ordered it, sometimes the print shops, they're doing one thing at one time. So yeah, they can get your comic book in, but all the except, like, let's just say a card or a bookmark or something like that, they might need to change some stuff up in the print shop there. So maybe they were printing not only Oddity but a number of other books, and they need to get through that run first, and then they go back and do some of the other stuff. That might be a guess for Bear. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Only Bear can do no wrong. There we go. We'll circle that as the comment of the night there. Except, I knew there was a but in there somewhere. Except when it comes to doing a professional show. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Hasn't messed up too much here. I had some stuff on crypto that Bear was going to talk about here. They stole a bunch of what was the name of it? The Bored Ape. They stole a bunch of Bored Apes out there. It's funny. Whatever. You can always right click on there. No big deal. So I'm going to save you from the NFT stories for today. So you can go ahead and thank Bear for that. Thank Bear for that. Let's see. Bear's excuses on behalf of Oddity are barely plausible. Again, I'm not making an excuse. One of the things they had, they didn't release updates for like the longest time. Then all of a sudden they came up with one. It was last year sometime, I think. Late last year or something. Beer was like, oh yeah, Oddity. I totally forgot we'd ordered that. It'd been so long. So, again, not making any excuses. Don't know the guys. Don't know anything about them or anything like that. And just coming up from it as sort of Bear's perspective, I can kind of see where they would come from as far as paper shortages, trying to find the right printer, that sort of, you're already late, and all of a sudden you got all this other stuff thrown on top of it. I'll give you a little slack. I've waited 2 years. I can wait 2 weeks. I can wait 2 months. It's fine. It's fine. It'll get here. Bear will comment on the lateness of it whenever it gets here, if it gets here. But no, we're not doing excuses. We're just stating how it is. Stating how it is. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, you know what? I'm wondering. Let's see if P Money's still here. I wonder if we should go through, the list of people here. In the photo. Let's do it. I'll lose everybody, but that's all right. Let's see. I'm going from left to right here. I believe that is one of the... I believe that's the goaltending coach, if I'm not mistaken. Top left. Top shelf there. Let's see. Chef, I think, is next there, going right. Serga Chef. Let's see. Tony Roney, I think, there. Ross Colton. I'm not sure who the other one there is next to Joseph. Joseph's the guy, the black guy. At least he's got blackface there. Let's see. Cooch, I think. Bogo. Pointer. Let's see. Oh, Vassy. Curtis. The owner there on the last row there, Vinnick, and his, I believe, wife, and Stammer there holding the cup, some guy claiming to be the president, Hetty over there, McDonough, and I believe Patty Ice there on the end there with the hat, Patrick Maroon. So there we go. We look forward to seeing you, Canada, in the playoffs. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, I've completely alienated 90% of my chat here, but that's all right. Beer had to rub that in just a little bit. Let's see. Meanwhile, all the creators of Oddity are enjoying their new Tesla. I don't know if they made that much. I think it was like 40 or 60K or something like that. It might have been less than that. It probably was right around 30K or something like that. So maybe a used Tesla. By the way, before we go, let me find it here. I'm not going to get into it. Maybe we'll do it the next time here. But I just wanted to get into it here with some of the stuff here with Elon Musk taking over Twitter. One of the things that we talked about last year, middle of last year, something like that. The whole situation. Let me find them here. The whole situation with our good friends over here. With the Fandom Menace folks. We were kind of talking about why complain, try and do something different. So one of the things Bear suggested was, hey, go get a share of Disney, go get a share of Warner Brothers, go get a share of whatever company, and go to the shareholder meetings. It would make a very interesting, I tell you what, let me go back here. It would make a very interesting video if one of these guys, maybe not AJ there, but the Center Square, but one of these other Fandom Menace folks goes and makes a video. Hey, the Star Wars movies. I'm a shareholder out there. One of the Star Wars movies sucks, so let me put in my shareholder disagreement on that. Rather than just, bunch of yahoos on YouTube that complain, but never really get anything done about it. So good old Elon Musk took Bear's advice and decided to buy completely out of the rug Twitter. So there we go. Number of people out there rejoicing. Oh, from the heavens there. Oh, great things out there. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. And Bear just kind of looks at that and says, you really think that was going to be that easy? You really think that all you had to do was just sit there, maybe do something on a video or type something up on Twitter and sit back comfortably smug there saying, I did it. We won and that's it. Well, not quite. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We'll talk about it next time here. But just to kind of shoot a little hole in some of that. We just got. I just got this earlier before we went on live here. Let's see. This is from the Post Millennial. Trying to find the author here. 1 second. Hannah Nightingale. I'm just going to read the title here. Biden administration creates disinformation governance board under the Department of Homeland Security to fight misinformation. So basically, they took it from Twitter and brought it under DHS. So there you go. You thought fighting against Twitter was going to be bad. Good luck fighting the Department of Homeland Security. There we go. So we've got this nice, lovely young lady here that's going to be in charge. Kind of a sort of acolyte of, what was her name? Anita Sarkeesian, the Gamergate girl there. So kind of a acolyte there. So she's going to be the one that's going to be deciding what we say here on YouTube or Twitter or wherever in the sort of electronic realm, whether or not what we say is, let me get to it here because we actually found it here. Is it misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation? So we might do this. We might do this the next time. This is your federal government telling you what you can say and what you can't say. So there we go. They had this nice little thing. We'll talk about that maybe the next time here. But always check your author, including Bear there. So anyways, good old Department of Homeland Security trying to tell us what we can and can't say. What could go wrong? What could go wrong, I tell you? Not much. Not much at all. All right, well, you know what? I think that pretty much wraps it up here. We got to get Jiminy over to, I'm assuming, are they still doing Drawn and Quartered? Did they give that up? I think they get, you know what, we need to put that on another channel. Honestly, I see Chester Busby out there doing the fan edition. I think the fan edition should just become the regular edition, or just give it to Malin or something like that, and or Gary Shipman. Let Gary Shipman do it. Let Gary have some viewers on his channel or something like that. Bring it to Bear's channel. Need to figure out how to bring people onto the channel though. That'd be kind of tough. But yeah, we'll do it here. I don't care. I think they got rid of the DNQ. It's now just crypto talk. Crypto talk about crypto stuff and yada yada yada. Although I'm glad that Mike put that up there the last time. I made a mention. I said something to the effect of, in the past, Bear wished that he had listened to Mike. Mike had some really good ideas, maybe 2-3 years ago, about cryptocurrency, getting into it on the ground floor and all that stuff. I wish that I would have listened to him then. But now I don't understand a word that he's saying, so he got a good chuckle out of that. I'm glad he did. But still, they go on and they talk about the crypto stuff. I have no Bear. Listen, we got a couple news stories here. We talk about crypto stuff all the time. Still have no clue half the time what they're talking about here. Bear's been reading into that for the past, half a year or something like that. So, yeah, I'm not sure if they're doing Drawn and Quartered about crypto. Yeah, they should just do that. They should do that. But anyways, we'll let Jiminy Cricket get prepared for whatever they have in store there. I'm not sure what they're doing, but we'll do it. Let's see. There we go. Jimmy reminds Bear here. The new head of the Disinformation Governance Board, that's a mouthful, is Biden's version of Dolores, what's her name? Dolores Unibridge from Harry Potter. Okay, alright, Bear is not a Harry Potter fan. I'm sorry, people. Never read the book. Was it, hey, you know what? Let's get all the young folks there to read a book. I didn't know that was going to be the only book that they read, for crying out loud. Anyways, I'm sure that's a great analogy. Completely flies over Bear's head. Let's see. If we only listened to Mike years ago, now it's like he's speaking great. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what Bear was saying. So, pretty much. Drawn and quartered has slowly become a draw and chat. Yes, indeed. Well, it basically started out that way. It started out with Mike and Malin, and gosh, I, I think Nasser had something to do with there at some point, and maybe one of the other artists. I don't recall. They were just shooting the breeze one day, and it was like, okay, let's let the people vote on which one's the better one or something like that. And then it became a thing. The whole split happened, yada yada yada, and then whatever. But yeah, I wish that they would. And Doug Tenaple. That's right. I forgot he was there. Was that on the first one though? I'm trying to remember if he was. I know he was there very early. I don't recall if he was on that first episode or not. But I'll take your word for it, Jimmy. I'll take your word for it. It's been a while. But yeah, they need to bring that back. Need to have some more fun other than just chatting about crypto or drawing NFTs or something like that. So, anyways, long story, very short here. We'll let Jiminy Cricket go. Thanks to everybody else. P Money, go check out Jeff Potts. What was the name of it? I'm sorry, Jeff. Let me see here. Gotta get it right. It's up there somewhere. Where is it? Oh, excuse me. The Revenant and the Tomb. There we go. The Revenant and the Tomb. Go check that out. And then get the link up there in the chat if you do. And also want to thank all of our lurkers and our Russian bots, even if you're coming around. I do appreciate that. The Revenant, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. I'm not sure if Doug was there the first one, but Nasser was there. Yeah, I remember Nasser was there. Nasser is an OG, even if we have to kick him. Even if we do gotta kick him. Alright, well, once again, everybody, we appreciate you coming out and enjoying. You people can do anything on a Wednesday night, and you come here to Beer's Chat, so he does appreciate that very much. But you know what? All this talk, all this thinking about hockey and the playoffs made Beer hungry. So he's gonna head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrrr.